Hey, my happy shiny puppies. This is Melody Fletcher, your go-to for everything law of attraction and reality creation. And today I've got a treat for you. What follows is an excerpt from one of our live Q&A calls where people just like you, students just like you, were able to ask me questions and I answered them. And today you're going to get one of those. And as you see in the coming weeks, we're going to be rolling out more and more of these. And if you'd like the chance to be a part of one of these Q&A calls for free, then stay to the end of the video and I'm going to tell you exactly how to do that. All right, I'll see you on the other side. Bye.
So the big question is this: how do we, those of us who feel deep down that we're much more powerful than we've been led to believe, and that there is something to this law of attraction stuff, actually create our own realities? What's the process of simply stepping into the reality of our choice? What about those of us who need this process to make logical, intellectual sense? My name is Melody Fletcher. You've got questions about the technology of reality, and I've got the answers. Welcome to my channel where the law of attraction finally makes some freaking sense.
My question is that recently I have been trying to do a couple of things like getting into meditation and trying out a yoga class. And I feel both of them have worked out really well for me. But the thing is, like, after a month or so, I have just roadblocked. I find as if I'm in a limbo because I'm not able to get further ahead with that or even practice it on a daily basis. Suddenly it seems like I've lost all the enthusiasm, although I do want the final results. And I feel that whatever I have studied for this is like pretty decent and they will take me to the results that I want through meditation, yoga. Currently, I seem to be like too lazy maybe to even practice. So I just thought if you could throw some light on that.
Okay. So what I hear you saying is that you get inspired to do meditation or yoga, you do it for a little while, and then you don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah, that's right.
But at first it feels good, right?
Yeah, that's right. I do see the benefits out of it. Like 5-6 months back, I was in a depressed state of mind. So doing meditation actually helped me pull out of it and actually give me glimpses of happiness. So right now, I'm not in the depressed stage, but I'm not like very happy either. I'm more like content. And I know that if I keep practicing meditation, I can actually be happy. But somewhere it's like...
Yeah, I'll tell you exactly what you're doing, Vidya. I'll tell you exactly what you're doing. Yeah? Mm-hmm. You're shitting all over it. You are making it into work. You start off playing with it and then you make it into work and then you don't want to do it anymore as well. You shouldn't when it feels like that. And then you think you have to make yourself do it because you're going to get benefit from it and then you shit all over it like that. You want to be a lot more lighthearted and playful about it. You don't need to meditate every day religiously. You don't need to make it into a routine. Do it when you feel like doing it. Yeah? And that doesn't mean that some people don't benefit from having a regular meditation practice, but not when it feels like that. So do yoga when you feel like doing yoga. Do meditation when you feel like doing meditation. And if you do not feel like doing it, don't do it that day. Otherwise, you're going to ruin it for yourself. You can ruin something that is fun for you really quickly by forcing yourself to do it. And then you're not also getting the benefit from it. If you're forcing yourself to do yoga or forcing yourself to meditate, you're not getting benefit from that day. Yeah? You want to do it when it feels light and good and playful. And then the more you engage with that, the more likely you are to do it regularly because it's fun. If I said to you, hey, do you have to force yourself to eat ice cream? You're like, no, I don't have to force myself to. I have to force myself not to. Like, if you will, go ahead and eat ice cream every day. And, you're like, yay, I'm going to eat ice cream every day. Or whatever the equivalent for you is, that would be a delicious food in your life. Yeah, if ice cream's not it, maybe it's something else. But would you have to force yourself to do that? No, because it's fun, because it feels good, because it's tasty, right? So when it's positive, we don't have to force ourselves to do it. And so it happens to a lot of people. You start off with the best of intentions, and then you overthink it too much. You get a little too strict, a little too regimented about it, and it makes it not fun anymore. And then you don't want to do it, and then you push harder because you think you should, and then it really ruins it. You want to stay with that lighthearted thing of, do I want to do this today? Or do I want to do something else? Maybe it isn't meditating. Maybe it isn't yoga. Maybe it's something else. Yeah. Instead of being too rigid about it, which is so common in my audience because we're all overthinkers. Make sense?
Yeah. I have a follow-up question if you don't mind. My mindset is that I cannot have it all. basically because I think probably if I look back at my life, there have been times growing up, I did not have financial stability, but I had a very happy, loving family with me. So I think right now I have that financial stability, but then 6 months back something happened and there was a lot of emotional trauma around it. So I think right now I can see all the benefits happening. I can see the perfect stage that I want to be, where I want to be, and I know the methods to get there. But I think probably there is a mental fear also in me that if I achieve all that, then probably something bad might again happen. So probably just aim for mediocrity or average or above average, but not get everything, because there is this insane fear that I can't have everything, like inner happiness, beautiful body, great career, happy family.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to stop you there because you've given me the gist of your question. Yeah. And if you want to always downgrade your desire a little bit, because if you went for the whole thing, well, you can't have it all. So you can have a watered down version of it, but not the real thing, right? And so I want to challenge that in you and ask you, well, why not? We're not just going to accept this belief that says, I can't have it all. Why not? Why can't you have it all? Let's challenge that. Let's see if your brain can come up with any reason. It probably can't, but let's try.
I think probably my brain is kind of finding patterns in my historical history, because growing up I never had much of money, but a lot of family happiness. And I think last year was some time wherein I thought I had it all. Financially, I had become really stable, and relationship wise, it was great as well. So I think that was one of the happiest moments. But somewhere just like that in 2018 beginning, there was a huge mess both on the career side as well as emotional relationship side. My brain is trying to internalize that, okay, fine, just because...
This is what I'm telling you to do. You challenge it. And you see, you didn't challenge it now. You just started talking. Yeah?
Okay.
You want to challenge it, which means you got to feel, not think. You got to actually sit with the discomfort that the idea brings up that you can't have it all. And let yourself sit with that and feel that and get more data from that, because what you're doing is you're actually having a conversation with your mind. Your mind's like, you can't have it all. You're like, why not? And your mind's like, no, tell me. Go ahead. Give me the answer. What is it? And there's a discomfort in that because you don't have a real answer. And any answer your brain comes up with is not going to make any sense. You're like, well, that's not true. That's not true. That's not true. But the thing is, there is no real answer because it's not true. So there is no real answer, but as long as you just accept the answer, you never have to figure out that it isn't true. When you go through the discomfort of facing it, then you find out it's not true. Yeah, because there's no real answers, no real justification. And then on the flip side, you challenge yourself to actually go bigger, to go for what you really want, even if it's scary, even if it feels weird at first. If you stick with it for a few minutes, it will get more comfortable. You got to go through over that hump of discomfort as you're making a change. There's always a little bit of discomfort, a little bit of reluctance as you're making a change. And that's the hump, not pain, not torture. Yeah, just a bit of discomfort as you go over that hump. And it comes up as reluctance. It comes up as you distracting yourself with something else, going off on some tangent, talking about it instead of doing it. Yeah. And so you want to challenge yourself to actually think and dream big, but also challenge the ideas that come up that you can't do that. Your resistance is not that big. This will be enough for you.
Thank you. And that's very helpful. I think I have been trying to rationalize instead of question, whatever my brain throws at me. So thanks a lot. This provides me a lot of clarity. Thank you.
Good. You're welcome. Thank you so much, Vidya. Look at you made it all the way to the end of the video. Good for you. So if you'd like a chance to be part of these Q&A calls that we do for free, then all you have to do is get onto my email list. People on my email list get free gifts like this. In fact, I'll even give you another free gift for getting onto my email list, which changes periodically. So I'm not going to tell you what it is so that I can change it, but just check the description down below. Get onto my email list, get your valuable free gift, and you will be invited to take part of one of these Q&A calls yourself where you can ask me whatever you want. Sound like a good deal? I think so. So
Sign up now, get invited to Q&A call, and get your own answers. Until then, enjoy the videos every week. Thank you for bringing your light to the world.